I want you. I mean, I'm doing what I said I built this platform on. And it's sometimes having those uncomfortable conversations. And one of these topics tonight is I'm going to dabble in, and I know it's going to be a little uncomfortable. Stay on the block. Okay? It's done. But it's not right. Brittany, I'm so sorry that you had to experience this. I just don't even have words. But you're an amazing woman. And I'm sorry, Kenya, when you tried to justify it, say she signed a lease and it's just documentation. I'm sorry, it's not. Brittany buried what she wanted to have buried and sealed to never be opened, no matter what the case may be. So whatever private investigator you hired is illegal, and they did what they did because they knew how to get beyond the gates of what she put on them. And you wanted that because you wanted to go to hell, like Cynthia said. So it wasn't. All right, y'all. Time for the part 2. All right, y'all. We getting ready to get into some things. What's going on, crew, on a Friday night? Can I say it? Can I do it? Even though it's Friday. It ain't what it really is. But can I do it? It's Friday. Look, we've had a long week. Cheers to the week, okay? All right, y'all. Y'all know what to do. It's time to send this live out. People like, Kenny live on a Friday? Yes. I'm live on a Friday. And look. Woo! Day 3, day 4. Cheers to your week. You made it. Okay? We made it through. All right? Hold on. Where is my background? Something ain't right. Okay. Yeah, there we go. It's just, I don't like nothing dark. Okay. Cheers. Let's go. All right. Yeah, I got a little something in my drink tonight. Okay. So this is what we doing. Y'all know I'm working. I'm working both. All right. What's going on, Ray? We in here. Hey, crew. Sasha, what's going on? Happy Friday. Look, I know. And y'all got to get used to it, because, you know, I think it's going to be beneficial for the long run, okay? So, y'all know what we got to do. Even though it's a Friday night, people may be out at the bar, they may be out, whatever the case may be, still send this live out, okay? Uh-oh. Period. Oh, Spam's in the building. Oh, I miss you so much. She's a part of the crew too, y'all, okay? Yes, we are here. Okay, so y'all know last night, we indulged a lot last night. 4 days was wrapped around into like an hour, and the best that I could do. And we got to get into day 4 and day 5, y'all. We got to get into, I see y'all coming in the building. Yes, Auntie, you made it. And we here. Period. All right? Okay. So send this live out. Let me go check and see if people over here. All right. Y'all over here too. What's going on? Okay. All right. Well. Defense is still on the stand. And y'all know I'm going to open it up. Like we said, how do we feel about it? After it's all been 1 week, okay? We don't know how much longer we got. How are we feeling? Okay? Oh, excuse me. Here we go. How are we feeling? So I'm going to drop that link. I ain't going to drop it yet because I don't want y'all to be sitting in the room. But we getting ready to go ahead and get to some things. And as we talked about last night with Diddy. Hold on, y'all. Let me close some things. Whew. I didn't want people in my window. But so as we get ready to break down day 4 and day 5. All right, so just for those who need a recap, yesterday was the defense turn to take Cassie to the stand. And I knew what they were going to do on day 1, which was rip her to shreds. They used her own emails. They used her own words. They used all of her own saying about these things. And I'm going to give my opinion on that, how I feel at the end when y'all come on up. So y'all better be ready. I'm looking. I'm missing a few people that I'm supposed to be, but it's going to be open to everybody. Okay, so what I am seeing, what we saw play out yesterday, was that they wanted to use everything Cassie said to incriminate herself. You know, they opened up emails and they dove deeper, right? So in all of that, today we found out some other things. And we also are finished with Cassie. And we're now on to the next witness that the state is going to bring, which, you know, I said it yesterday. And when this all got started, she went underneath the name Jane Doe, for I think, for, you know, which was smart for a particular reason. So they didn't know who it was going to be. And we now know that it's former band member of Danity Kane, Don Richards, okay, or Richards. I don't know. I thought it was Don Richard, but maybe it's Don Richards. But respectfully, it's the great Don, okay? And what we are next to see, because I've seen it pop up on the screen, we're next to see, from what I hear, she's next, okay? She should be taking the stand, I believe, next week. And I believe when Aubrey takes this stand, okay, a.k.a. Aubrella, okay, when she takes this stand, It's not going to be anything else we can really say. Okay? Because I think in the beginning of this, with them using Cassie as their main witness who had a intimate 10-year-long relationship with Diddy, I think we started to get a little bit like, wow, this is turning more into a domestic violence, very abusive, very dark, very heavy type of situation. And we keep trying to wondering, well, where's the sex trafficking? Where's the racketeering? Where's the arsoning? Well, we're only in the first week, and you gotta paint the picture, okay? You kind of gotta get the picture frame and start laying the background, okay? And as you're building the picture, everything's gonna come to the forefront, and then you'll have the entire picture. But for some of y'all that can't see it already, I'm gonna just go ahead and break it down. The sex trafficking, okay? We know, allegedly, that he took Cassie's from hotels to hotels, from state to state, to Ibiza, and to many more other places. And flew in these escorts, allegedly. Now, for y'all that didn't watch me last night, I'm saying allegedly because I don't want anybody to come for me, okay? Because I wasn't sitting in the courtroom, but I have been doing my homework and I have been doing my research. And so, you're going to get some real conversation from me. But, allegedly, this is what was taking place. Okay? She didn't want to. She didn't want to do it. She did it while she had UTs. She had sores. She was in pain. On her lady. So it didn't matter the situation. Sessions would be from 1 to 2 to 3. And I'm talking about male escorts. Okay? And depending on how many escorts it was that was invited to the party, that's how long the sessions went. Okay? So we did all of that yesterday. So with prosecution going and doing all of what they did yesterday, we now know that defense was going to come and be like, all right, so this is what y'all want to play? So what I hear is that when they first got up, we know that they said, yes, our client is a user, okay, allegedly. He's a user. We know he's a user. And yes. But what failed, where I think a partially persecution, started to lack and miss some things, is when they only wanted to highlight maybe sections of conversations out of the threads that there were. So what defense did is, their job is to say, all right, well, we're going to open up the whole thread. Okay? And so now we start to see in conversation that Cassie is saying that she wants to participate in these freak-offs, allegedly. Okay, she wants it. She's got real descriptive with it. Like I told you, it was some points where these messages that Cassie and Diddy were having were so vulgar that they didn't want to read them in court. She didn't even want to read them herself. And I get it. But today there was another bombshell that dropped. Okay? And I think this bombshell kind of shook things for people. Now, again, for me, I feel how I feel. And I'm not in a place where I'm saying that I want Diddy to go down for life, because I've always said, even in the video that I did back then, I've been a Bad Boys fan. It was good music. It was a good time. Still is. Legacy is legacy. But what is being alleged that what's being said allegedly that he did, if it's true and he is found out of this jury of people guilty of that, then so be it. What's throwing me also in my mind is people are asking now that Cassie has taken a stand, and they kind of realize that she's a little bit of a liar. Okay, she's telling little white lies a little bit, people feel. Because they're kind of asking her at one point, well, you said this, but then you said this. Then you said this, but then you said this. So which one is it really? And in my mind, again, this was a woman who was in love. Okay? Came out today, too, that she felt like, I did this because this was my job. Which I do believe, at some point, this was her job. We never have not yet heard, unless the defense ain't bought it out yet, Cassie saying, hey, I'm about to go to the bank and pull this $4,000 out to give to the male escort. Or go in my account and get the money to pay for this freak off. Now, this is where the defense want to get, but you said you wanted a freak off. You said you wanted these big black horses down your throat. Okay? They have the messages on the screen, and people are, whoa. Let's take a few comments. I see them over here lighting up. Okay. Yeah, Aubrey has been talking since back in the day. I think she definitely will put on a show. It's very wild. Yeah, there was a security guard that was talking back then, and I wonder if that security guard, Jean, is going to talk. Now, he's been talking all over the place, so at some point, they may not use him because he's been talking. And I think in this case, you got to be quiet until they call you to talk, and then you can talk. And for some people, they're not even ready to talk because I think they're still scared. But for some people, even reading, I've seen a post allegedly that Aubrey is said that she's nervous to speak, but justice has to be served. So something that I found out that came out today that threw a lot of people is that Cassie got a $10 million lawsuit from the Continental Hotel. I think that rubbed people a little bit some type of way. Because they think like, okay, well, girl, you got $10 million. And like, Armand made joke of, because, us, we are the type to be like, well, girl, you got 10 million. What do you need a whole nother 30 million and all of this? And no. Turn it off. Us, we want to just quickly say, oh, you being greedy. But let me be honest. This is not something that I think she was being greedy about at any point. The only benefit of the doubt that I'm going to give this is that for the first year, they were getting to know each other. But from 2008, I believe, allegedly, it was on and popping since then. Now, we do know that she was addicted, from what the courts are saying and the transcripts allegedly and all of this, she was addicted on pills from the beginning till 2023. Trauma. So after defense used all of their tricks, from what I heard today, they didn't really land. They started off good yesterday with reading full out messages. Cassie saying, I want it. He's saying, I miss you too. We found out she was jealous of Kim Porter because she never got holidays. She was only the freak off girl. And I think wholeheartedly she thought she was more. But you promised me an album. You promised me this. You promised me that. It also came up today in court after the whole $10 million thing that, well, girl, why didn't you do your tour in 2023? And I feel her. She said, well, you know what? After the way I had to come out with what happened to me, I just didn't want to put myself through that. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but I didn't want to go out there. I didn't want the bloggers and paparazzi and everybody to be following me and asking me questions. And she knew this day was coming. And if I said the wrong thing or was caught out in public saying or talking to anybody that could have made this thing go any other way, we wouldn't be here today. So I get it. Okay? Now, let me see. I took some more notes. Let me see y'all talking to me down here. Okay. I think she was strung out by that time, and that will keep and make people do, agree, or believe in some wild things. I totally agree with that. And like I said yesterday, hold on, let me take a sip. Um, I totally said, like, I think we've all been there when we were in love with somebody that we thought we were in love with. Okay? We're going to do everything that we could do. So, at this point, when we want to try to now place judgment on Cassie because she stayed, she didn't leave, she didn't go. But we've all been there. Okay? Can I be honest? We've all been there. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to judge her for staying. Did I kind of feel like, oh, yes, I did, because seeing and hearing some of what was said that she said, it was just like, oh, why did you say that? But then quickly my mind went back to, this was a woman who was in love and willing to do anything and everything for this man. She wanted people to know that I'm willing to go the farthest, and I'm willing to go all the way there for him. And I don't want anybody to act like that. You ain't never been in that type of situation at a 20. Now, some of y'all are 20 physically still, and some of y'all are 20 mentally still. But you're way older than that, and some of y'all are physically right in your age bracket. Some of y'all are messing with somebody right now that you know you have no business. You need to just figure it out, but you can't. I get it. So I ain't even going to put that pressure on you. I'm going to let you walk this, and I'm going to pray you make it out alive. Some of y'all, you made it out alive, and you really don't know how you made it. So at the end of the day, yes, the charges are the charges, and the facts are the facts. And that's what we got to stick to. This man did some things that were really wild. Kathy's automatic response, because of manipulation and feeling the way she feels, was, I owe this to you. You've told me secrets that you've never told anybody else. I feel special. I feel that one. But in all total honesty, I think in Diddy's eyes, she was just the freak off. She was a pretty woman, beautiful woman. And I think you should have gave her more if you were going to be flaunting her in the streets the way you did. Well, and then another thing. So this is what got me too with defense today. They tried to paint a picture that Kathy is a garden tool. Okay? Well, how are they painting that picture, Kay? I'm glad you asked. They are painting the picture by saying, well, before she met Diddy, she was with Ryan Leslie. And she was with Ryan Leslie for 3 years. Now, I forgot where I saw it, and I know it was in one of these documentaries because I stay watching a documentary. I remember when, what's his name? Albie Shore said, or I don't know what it was, but when Diddy saw Kim, he made it seem like I had to have her. She was mine. And he didn't care that she was with somebody or whatever the case may be. I forgot what I was watching, but I seen something like that, and he got her. He took Kim right from Albie Shore. So when they tried to paint this picture, well, she was with Ryan Leslie and then left Ryan Leslie. While she was with him, she started cheating on him with Diddy. And then when she was with Diddy, she was cheating on Diddy with Kid Cudi that Diddy introduced her to. And then when she was with Kid Cudi, she went back to Diddy. But then when it got bad with Diddy, she started cheating on him again with Michael B. Jordan. Ooh. Which is why Diddy then turned around and tried to go mess with Lori Harvey. We also found out while defense was done, Diddy OD'd. He had an OD. Now, I tried to go back and find pictures, but all you can see is pictures of him in the hospital for knee surgeries. Was it knee surgeries? I don't know. But what we have here is a lot of evidence. Not enough pointing toward Cassie. And it blows my mind that some of y'all think that Cassie should be probably serving some time. Because she wanted to do some of these freak offs. She wanted to be involved. I don't think she was a garden tool going from Ryan Leslie to Michael B. Jordan to Kid. I mean, what are we trying to say? Then they even tried to point out a tattoo that she had on her wrist. What does that say on your wrist? No regrets. So they're trying to, I feel like personally pulling for straws. Okay? They pulling for him. So, I hope y'all can't hear that music in the background. We trying to do two things at once. But I did just send a text. Can we turn it down just a little bit? I'm sorry. I know. It's throwing me off. Can I get a little low? I'm sorry. It's just kind of throwing me off. Okay, y'all. Let's take some comments. So, this is too much. I really don't know how I made it out alive. Listen. But we made it. I think it's so sad that we're never hear Kim's. And that is very sad. Because yet and still, do I think Kim had to participate in freak-offs? I'm going to say no. Do I think Kim witnessed abuse? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think she witnessed and took on some abuse. Allegedly, this is just my opinion. But it is very sad that we don't know how such a healthy woman, from what people say, and she had all the money, and Diddy's so healthy. How did pneumonia take her out? He groomed her. He very much groomed her. She was 19 years old. What? 19? I don't think Kid Cudi's going to take the stand. I'd be surprised if he does. But hey, that's the arsoning. So if prosecution does play their role right, well, there it is. There's arsoning right there. It's there. So if Kid Cudi does take the stand, that'll help with the arson charge. Oh, I can tell you. And as a matter of fact, this was, let me go to my page. I can tell you, Sam. I can tell you. It was this reel right here. And I pinned it because, baby, I got 31.4K on this reel right here. It was the BET Awards. Okay? Okay, whatever that's saying. It was the BET Awards. Right? Okay. Let me see. Okay, here we go. It was this right here. And I said, That was the BET Awards when they were giving him and honoring him. But this right here took everything. It blew it. Like now, this makes sense. Hello? What? America owes Cassie an apology. And I said this even before this whole trial started even coming about. All of this started coming out. This man said it right here. And to Cassie, for holding me down in the dark times. Love. Look at his face. Look at his eyes. He's moving. You know, it was real quick to the point. But dark times? You're not going to play with me. You're not going to play with me. You're not going to play with me. So that's what that was. That was at the BET Awards when he was getting honored. And he said, yeah, to Cassie, thank you for holding me down in the dark times. Love. What? So that's the only one that held you down? And this is what I want people to see too. He went from Sean Combs, Diddy, P. Diddy, and then all of a sudden we want to know, why did he change his name to Love? He said he got real close with T.D. Jakes, Bishop T.D. Jakes. So I'm pretty sure he knows a lot. I'm pretty sure he knows a lot. And then he said, I'm not who I used to be. He was shouting that from the mountain. Love! He doing this in the courtroom now when he sees his kids and he turning around giving everybody hearts because he's just love now. Well, I bet you would be Mr. Love after Cassie holding you down through the dark times. It came out of his own mouth. And now, as she is expressing all of what she went through, we know what the hard times mean. Now, people want to argue, well, she's a grown woman. She could have told him no to them drugs. Them type of people is how I feel. Okay, let me read a few more comments. I see him rolling. The industry twists and turns, stories like they do. What would be the charge for Cassie for being real and naive and in love? Hello? The BET Awards, absolutely, it was. It was the BET Awards. Yep. Yeah, he did. He did. I showed it. And looked dead in the camera. But you know, she said when he got mad, his eyes would go dark. Looking crazy. Just nothing. Yeah. But for you to publicly allude to what dark times is, and in our minds, we have no clue. At that time, we had no clue. But now we do. So, yeah. Yeah, he was already trying to cover him. Yeah, he was. You know, that was my thing too, P. What did you think by going from this and this legal name change? I mean, for it to be on his ID. The identification card said Love Combs. What? 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 Like a minion. What? What? Yeah, we're confused. Then you came out with this whole love album. Didn't pay them people, but abused them, allegedly. And then people are saying, well, what is everybody going to do with these other cases that are not a part and attached to the United States government? They're going to still take them. They're going to still take them to court. I think Rod is going to march his tail on down there. Soon as after this is all done, Lil Rod. I think Albie Shore is going to march on down there. Just like, and then, I'm going to go there. But yeah, they all going to march there. Now, let me take some more. Get out. Yeah. 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 It was a definite pattern of the name change. Ha ha! Good play on those words, huh? You know, we all want it so bad. But if you don't have the right mindset on what to do with it, it can definitely have you going down some dark roads. Because with the money comes power and your own mind. Because you feel like I can do and get away whatever I want to get with it because I got enough money to do so. And this man very much, very, very much lived like that. Very, very much lived like that. We'll come to the light. What's done in the dark. Okay? It sure will. So, now Kathy is done. And we get ready to open this thing up because it's getting ready to be over. But there was still some more. So, really quickly, and I guess we'll touch back on this part on Monday because she'll be back on the stand on Monday. Don, a.k.a. Don from Danity Kane, the one we grew to love with the beautiful group from New Orleans, took the stand today as we went ahead and closed it with Kathy because we didn't want her to be having no baby on the stand. I think today was a lot. She broke down today, I think, more than she ever had. And I heard another thing, that Kathy's looks have been killing it, okay? Shout out to her fashion stylist because I heard you've been having her coming slayed to court. She's a beautiful woman already, but, you know, I heard they be having her coming looking real proper. So, shout out to the stylist. Meanwhile, Diddy got on loafers and he wearing about the same outfit for the next 8 weeks. I know how that works, okay? I ain't been through it, but I've been through it. So I had to make sure I had some outfits. They couldn't wear too many for him, but they don't get too much of a say-so. He's still showing up gray. I think from the illustrations, he got a little Diddy belly, you know. So he must be in there eating because he was complaining in the beginning that they were starving him. The food was so bad. It was just the conditions wasn't right. Well, I haven't heard any rumors of saying he looks malnourished. So sounds like he's eating in there. But now things took a different turn. So Dawn Richard took the stand today. And she told us of an incident that her and that group, what was that group that Diddy had? Money Star? With Diddy and Diddy, Don, and what's her name? Kalina? Y'all help me out. What was her name? Dirty Money, I think, was the name of the group, right? So she says that what she witnessed, allegedly, nah, I believe her, but y'all know, ain't nobody coming for me. I'm not about to be the next Tasha K. It ain't happening. What she says is that, well, can I dramatize it a little bit for y'all? Okay, thank you. Well, what I witnessed, and this is not for me to make fun of anybody's story, but it's heavy, and my heart goes out to all of y'all. But I think if I dramatize it, we're over here on YouTube, so I have to keep it YouTube friendly. Because I would give it a whole nother way. I would give it how it was given in court over on Patreon. But over here on Disneyland and Six Flags, which is YouTube and Instagram, we got to be very kid friendly because they may come across this video. I mean, I work with kids, so I got to be careful. But hey, I ain't at work. This is my station. So, Tom Richard, I'm trying to learn. Oh, what's her name? Thank you, Auntie. Dirty Money. Yes, thank you. And Kalina. Right. Yes. Huh. Right. The one that act like she ain't seen nothing because she took a payout, allegedly. Okay. But she watched Kathy grow up. So anyway, Don says, well, there was one incident where we seen them have an interaction. And, well, what happened? You know, I'm dramatizing. I'm telling you my story my way. Okay, but it's the real and the raw. Well, you know, we seen it. We happened. We left. Then Diddy called me and her back and told us it would be in our best interests that in so many words we forget what we saw. Or if we didn't, there will be consequences, allegedly. Well, I think for Dawn, that scared her. And for anybody else that went and read Don Richards' lawsuit, she endured some very dark times being Diddy's employee. Racketeering. Running a drug enterprise. Using money from the government to do illegal things. Are you staying with me? Okay. So, she goes on and says what she witnessed. Now, this is where it got hot. Hold on. Because, man, oh man. Where is it? Hold on. Okay, here we go. I needed to go right to the top. Okay. So I saw Cassie grow up. Now, oh wait, no, because I'm gonna come back to that one. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So, oh, it's killing me. Where? Okay, hold on. Because I don't want to play this part out loud. I just want to hear something real quick. Because I needed to make sure. Because y'all, I've been going down a rabbit hole. So let me do this. While I find this, let's invite some people in. Yeah, let's invite some people in. I'm about to drop the link in the chat. Okay. I don't know about D Woods. Yeah, she knows even what happened to Q too. I agree. And Q has not been taking this whole thing okay. I think out of everybody that I've seen, he has been the one that has been very publicly emotional about it. And that saddens me. You know, it's something that really happened to that man. And that's fucked up. It's just, it's bad. Yeah, they did. That's because they took some money. You know they took a payout. Okay, let me drop this link because I want y'all to join. Just don't get up here doing no crazy stuff. But let's talk about it. Let's open up the line for some quick conversations real quick. Let me hit paste. All right, y'all. The link is right there. Okay. When I see the guests start to come in the room, I would love to hear y'all opinion. Hear y'all thoughts on it. We're week we're a week in, right? And it's going down. It's just it's sad, but it's really a lot that we gotta stay in tap with and stay in tune with. Because at the end of the day, we still gotta finish this, and then the jury still has to go and make a decision, and then we're gonna see what it's gonna be. But there was, let me see. Hold on. Come on, where y'all at? Who want to come on up and I want to hear what y'all are thinking. Okay, y'all. I think I found what I'm looking for. Because I see y'all y'all a little scared to come join me on here and say something. I called some people out last night. So crew, don't make me act up and call you out again. Click that link and get on up here and let's talk and get your opinions out. You ain't gotta get ready. You can be off the camera. I can still hear you. But okay, here we go. Okay. So now crazy thing to think about now is all the celebrities that used to be like, nah, I'm not partying with Diddy back in the day. They knew back then. And that's what I'm wondering, what's going to come out with those people? So, Don Richards worked at the studio with Diddy. And she was making music, recording records and things like that. And she recalls of one incident where Cassie was cooking, I guess what they said was eggs. Like she was cooking some eggs, and out of the blue, I guess Diddy was hungry. Now maybe he was coming down off of a high, or maybe he was, it was maybe they was trying to go clean, and when you trying to detox, it gets ugly. But he wanted some food, and I guess he went down in the kitchen where she was cooking, and Don Richard recalls that she took the skillet, allegedly, and it was eggs. And he got mad, said, B word, where's my food? And took that skillet and backhand her with the skillet. And then from there, it just got bad. Kicked her. It just, sometimes talking about some of this gets a little challenging for me. And I'll tell why later, and in later parts you'll find out. But just the fact that she went through everything she went through. So after she got hit with that skillet, she got punched, kicked, dragged, all of this, right? Allegedly. Now, this is what Don Richard is testifying. Now, they asked her, did you try to call the police? Did you reach out to anybody? What did you do? Like, did you do anything? And she said no. She just kind of got down into a little fetal position. And again, I say she feared for it because she said, well, relatively speaking, if he would do this to Kathy, what makes you think I'm going to be any different? I'm paraphrasing, okay? I'm just being honest. I seen what he did to her. So you want me to go out here and tell and be the next one? Remember, I was already told from the first time I seen it that I would just shh. Sorry, it was this event. Excuse me. It was this event. He told them the next day. He called Kalina and Dawn the next day and told them to come on in. And told them what y'all pretty much saw yesterday was just love and passion. Okay? It just was love and passion. And what I want y'all to focus on, no matter what, is that we going to get this money. We're going to be this groove. We're going to be this group that ain't nobody is. And ain't nobody touching us. Ain't nobody touching us. Okay? But what I want y'all to do is know that the people I come from, they don't talk a lot. So no matter what you do, you got to be quiet. So when all of that happened, the defense, they started yelling, objection, 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 objection. Now, you know when you yell objection, you kind of got to go take a little side meeting over there. You, prosecution, judge, talk it on out. Well, how today ended, it ended with them just saying, you know what? They're going to release Radon. Not done with her, but we're going to release her for right now. Then defense started to say, she's lying. Why are we even caring about her story? I think defense keeps on forgetting that this is not a Diddy and Kathy case. She's only one of the star witnesses. So just because you wasn't prepared, because we put her under Jane Doe, you didn't know who was coming, you didn't get to prepare for it. You're mad at her telling her stories of what she witnessed this woman go through, which is the sex trafficking and the racketeering that we're trying to charge him with. And Dawn was afraid. She was afraid. I know she thought, like, if he's doing all of that to her, what's going to be different for me? And I love Dawn. I've even seen her in concert. I mean, she's a talented singer. It's so sad that she had to go through this way, but she's definitely still going with her career. It's still going through. And the prosecutors then wanted to make it seem like, well, yeah, this is definitely much still going on with the case that we have. But defense feel like, well, this is her story. This is her life. Well, this is the United States versus Diddy. And I have a strong feeling that they're going to do whatever they can do to try to get, defense is going to try to do whatever they can do to get Don out of the courtroom. Okay? So, oh wait, I've seen some people in here. What happened? Where y'all go? I'm sorry, I did get to talking a little bit. But let me drop that link. Let's drop that link one more time. Let's see. Oh, dang. Ah, spilled my drink. Can't believe it. Man. Okay. All right. Here we go. This is insane. It is. We getting ready to get off here, y'all. It's Friday night. I think I'm about to go outside. My wife, okay. So crazy. Don also mentioned that when she tried to help her, Diddy threatened her. Yeah, he did threaten her. Crazy, Tosh. Yeah. Yes. This is, and I said it yesterday, Sam, but I'm not gonna do too much on because you know, me and kids, I don't do them, but they're not kids. These are young adults. These are young women, and you know, it just, they were in there. They've been in there. The sons have been in court. Mom, baby mamas, everybody has been in court, been hearing this thing. Now, I heard that some of the baby mamas have kind of dropped off since like day 3, day 4, it was kind of going, but the kids and mother have been showing a united front since day 1. Do I think his daughter should be in this courtroom? Absolutely not. I don't think they should be anywhere in this courtroom. Nowhere. But they there. Yes, they were there. Okay, does anybody want to come up? If not, I need everybody that's in this room right now to make sure you like this video. Yes, I need that like. It's free. Why can't I ask for it? I'm not begging for no money. Don did say how he was smacking her. Well, yeah, on the show. Yeah, yes, absolutely. It's crazy. And it will put some type of fear in you. I don't care what nobody say. And when he tells you that around here we don't talk, I bet you don't talk. I bet you won't talk. I know. I know. That's why I got to get on out of here. Because I done spilt my yak. He definitely did, y'all. All right, well, I don't see too many people coming up to join me. And it's okay. I need y'all to be in the chat. Next week, we about to hit this on Monday. I'm spoiling y'all. Y'all getting some shows. But it's good. Okay, and we going to talk about some other people, too. We ain't going to just be involved around Diddy. They're not going to leave that. Yeah, I know they are. Definitely, we going to send one up for them. Yeah, we can chat on Monday. We can definitely chat on Monday. I'm going to be... if we don't chat on Monday, it's just because it may be a lot to cover, and we'll find some time. But I definitely want to hear what y'all opinions. I really, really do. I really, really do. I really, really do. Okay. All right, y'all. Well, it's been a good show. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. At the end of the day, what has been displayed within this week, it's been a lot. It's been a lot, and I think people are really trying to figure out what they believe, what they don't believe. But I urge you just to look at the entire picture. Okay? It's not that we just trying to take another black man down. It's not that we trying to just ruin him. It's not. It's not. And please, let's stop doing that. What he did is what he did. And he's got to pay for what he did. So I need everybody to make sure you like this video right now. Make sure you comment on this video. And if you're rewatching this video, thank you. You are important to me too. Leave that comment to let me know that you watched it so I can make sure I come back and put that Arthur heart on it so you know that you are officially a part of it. And hey, if you want to join the crew, it ain't nothing to it but to do it. Tell me that you are part of the crew and stay loyal and stay down with me. All right? And until next time, we still have a lot that we can have conversations about. But I'm going to just hold it on in, and I'm going to be back here next week. DDG, Hallie, did he do it? No, that timing was wrong. That was wrong timing. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for sticking in with y'all, boy. It's a Friday night. Have fun this weekend. Do something that makes you feel good. Take your mind off of work. Self-care it up. Hello, somebody. And make sure you rewatch these videos that I got for y'all. I put out some amazing content, and I want to make sure that y'all are enjoying what I do. And I do this for myself, and then I do it for you. Okay, I love what I do. I will see y'all next week. And until then, keep on having them conversations that you got to have. And if you can't have them right now, it's okay. Give yourself time. Put a boundary in the sand. But conversations do have to be had. Whether we move forward or we move separate ways, we still had a conversation. Y'all have a good weekend. I will see y'all on Monday. We'll be back. Bye.